I have not yet spoken out publicly about the war waged between Netanyahu's ministry and the Hamas because I have been waiting for a wiser, deeper response to emerge from within me. I speak here of a deeper resolution, not one of superficial reactivity that chooses one side over the other, because I know that this can never be a sustainable solution. I will read my response. You say he is wrong. He says you are. You say they deserve death. They say you do. Your child, his sister, your mother, their brother. Limbs torn asunder, heads severed from bodies, fingers crushed, knees blown from legs. The soil that absorbs the blood knows not from which body it came from. Brother against brother, from the same earth, breathing the same air, each fighting for their own moral and ideological superiority, while our children lie crushed and ravaged for generations. This pain, it is ancient. It is inevitable. It is cyclical. Holocaust, genocide, oppression there, to genocide, occupation, oppression here. People victimized there, people victimized here. The pain continues on, recycled one to another. Isn't this replication of recycled hatred so clear to observe? It isn't rocket science to see how this moves from one group to another. Who will end this madness when no one is listening? Who will listen to the children's fears, wipe away their tears when the parents are intoxicated with blind rage and hatred? Which parent will step in and stop these brothers from spilling blood? Where is the wise parent? He is not wise if he has chosen the side of those who identify as Israeli. She is not wise if she has chosen the side of those who identify as Palestinian. The wise parent is only the one who chooses the side of humanity. The wise parent doesn't take the side of one child while ignoring the pleas of the other. The wise parent doesn't see separation. The wise sees that we are all one species from Africa, one Homo sapien, one ancestry, living in different lands. Rather than taking so-called sides of a people or a nationality, the wise takes the side of principles, of peace and love and empathy and compassion. The wise only takes the side of consciousness. But when the parents are maniacal males looking for dominance and monarchical power in the name of protection of children, every human on earth suffers. When the leadership is bloodthirsty for revenge through retaliation, generations of the future will suffer. Violence is never the answer, even if it was the question. Occupation is a humanitarian crime. Terrorism is a humanitarian crime. Both need to end right now. There are no winners in this war. This is not about either or. If one side loses, all lose. Consciousness is not a duality between us and them. Just like the third eye sees a synergy that our two eyes cannot, there is a third way, and this is the path out of this endless, tragic pattern of cyclical hatred. The first step is to end the violence and the genocide. This is always the first step. It takes courage and discipline to not return a punch for a punch. It takes supreme wisdom to know that a punch back doesn't protect anyone, but instead creates bloodshed for all. Someone has to say enough. Someone wise, someone with a transformed consciousness to know that no matter what, we need to find the third way, no matter how long it takes. An awakened consciousness knows that religion, color, nationalities, labels, and titles are not who we truly are. This is not our essence. It knows that we are only one people, one human race. Only an awakened consciousness will save the earth. Until this, the unconscious parents will destroy us all, and our children will pay the greatest price. This is why I teach conscious parenting. This is why I say that a path for a new earth lies in the rising evolution of the parent. World leaders, you are the parents in this case, and you are literally choosing the most blind and unconscious solution for us all. It is because of your ego's delusional need to win at all costs that we are causing our children a trauma that they will be unable to transcend. There is a third way. There is. Children do not belong to Israel or Palestine. Children belong to the earth. They belong to us all. And damned be you who pretends to only care for the children you birth, or who follow your religious or social identification and not care for all children. All you as a parent right now are caring about is your toxic patriarchal superiority. The end of this disgusting display of your peacock feathers is our children's emotional death. How dare you fight with your toys of mass destruction at our children's expense? This is toxic patriarchy at its pathetic and tragic best. This is why we need a new way, the way of the feminine principle, a principle that mothers all children without bias. The mother in us all needs to awaken. This would never happen if the mothering feminine principle was in power. Please know what you are fighting. You are not fighting brother against brother. You are fighting something far more universal, far more toxic. You are fighting soul against relentless ego. Ego, with its clever justifications and propaganda, will always win the battle, but it is soul that will win the real war. The real war, you see, is not on the outside. It is always on the inside. It is within us all, between our soul and our ego. Let's choose the way of the soul. It is the only way to unify us all. It is only when we see the other as the same as ourselves, only then will we find a solution to this never-ending insanity. Wisdom understands that when you kill the other, it is you who dies within. Only inner death creates outer destruction. Someone who is alive and in touch with their soul will never choose to destroy another. Only the soulless can do this. It is time for the parents to wake up from their tyranny. It is time for the soul within us all to destroy ego. Only when you realize there is no Israeli, there is no Palestinian, only brother to brother, mother to mother. We are all the same, just reflections of each other. Do not fall for ego's facade of religion or nationality, titles or labels. Enter the truth of who we truly are, and we are all the same. Ego sees us apart. Soul sees us as part of the one. Follow soul. It is the way of the wise.